Ken Hawkins, there he is. Come on up. Mission to Seafarers. Let's welcome him, Ken.
Thank you. My name is Ken Hawkins from St. John's, Kirkland, and I'm proud to be a board member of the Mission to Seafarers. I'd like to thank the Diocese of Olympia and its member churches for the support for our mission. Without your help, we would not have been able to reach more than 10,000 seamen and cruise ship staff in 2010. You may not be aware that more than $1 trillion worth of commercial goods crosses ports in the United States each year. By some counts, Seattle and Tacoma combined are fourth or fifth in size. Sporting goods, toys, clothing, auto parts coming into America, grain and other agricultural products, and luxury goods going out. These ships are staffed by hundreds of thousands of workers who earn between $1,300 and $1,500 a month for a job that ranks as the world's third most dangerous profession. For merchant marine workers, these jobs may keep them at sea for many months at a time, away from their families and isolated. Time off in port, if available at all, is usually limited to a few hours. Cruise ship workers support nearly 11 million vacationers in North America, are much more fairly treated and enjoy better working conditions, but often work 60 hours a week with only a few hours off during the busy season to communicate and visit with their families. The focus of the Mission to Seafarers is to provide comfort and aid to those weary and vulnerable men and women. With 3 vans, our volunteer staff pick them up from their ship, take them shopping, bring them back to the internet bring them back to the mission to use the internet to contact loved ones, provide cell phones and phone cards to allow them to communicate with their families. We take them to the doctor when they're sick. We visit them in the hospital. We provide a quiet space for worship at the mission. We give them a safe place to spend those few precious hours away from work. For those who are unable to leave the ship, we go on board when allowed to offer prayers and services, provide phone cards and cell phones. Some crew members call ahead with a list of needs, and we fill their shopping list at Costco or Target and deliver the goods to the ship. During the holidays, we go on board to provide ditty bags. Those are shoe bag-sized gifts filled with gloves, stocking caps, toiletries, often a New Testament, to 600 or 700 sailors. This year, we visited more than 300 ships. More than 1,000 crewmen visited the Seaman Center, and we took another 1,000 shopping. These crewmen come from all over the world and represent a rainbow of colors and ethnicity. China, India, the Philippines, Korea, the former Iron Curtain countries in Eastern Europe, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, church and unchurched alike. During this summer alone, our volunteers, many in this room, transported nearly 8,000 crew members from 111 cruise ships. Next Saturday, 50 or so volunteers from a dozen or more churches and missions will pack more than 600 ditty bags to distribute on board starting the weekend after Thanksgiving. We have 20 or more volunteers and a couple of staff members who work hard to ensure we provide services and aid to as many ships as we can. A terrific example of what this means to an individual seaman. A young man from the Philippines came to the mission all dressed up with flowers in his hand. 3 months into an 8-month contract at sea, he was going to visit his wife and children, ages 4 and 5 months, a date over the internet with our camera. To support this wonderful effort, we need 3 things. Volunteers in the form of drivers, staff, and board members, really need board members. Financial support, because there's never enough money. And of course, supplies for the ditty bags. We enjoy the financial support of corporate sponsors like Princess Cruises and Lucky 7 Foundation. Our annual luncheon held each summer aboard a cruise ship is our principal fundraiser. We asked the seamen and women to donate $2 or $3 each to help defray the cost of transporting them, but half the budget comes from this church community. Next year, we hope to join with the Lutherans and Catholics to form the United Port Ministries in an effort to combine resources and reach out to even more seafarers. This ecumenical effort will allow organizations like Boeing or Microsoft to provide matching funds. President Claudia Eberly, the other board members, and I would like to visit your churches to make a personal appeal and tell the story of our wonderful mission in more detail, at a coffee hour, at a vestry or bishop committee's meeting, or alongside your clergy on Sunday morning. There's a calendar at our display. Please sign us up. I thank you for the privilege of speaking at this convention on the behalf of the Mission to Seafarers. We appreciate this opportunity, and I want to particularly thank Bishop Rickle for his personal support. I'm reminded of these words from Matthew. Then the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me a drink. I was a stranger, you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me." Then the righteous will answer to him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you?" The king will reply, "I tell you the truth. Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me." Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. It's a fabulous ministry. If you've never connected with it, you should. It's fabulous. I love supporting it. Report from our treasurer, Steve Faust.
Good morning. I just want to depart from my script to say that Epiphany in Seattle, which is the church that I attend, several years ago had as its rector a retired Navy officer who got involved in maritime ministries. And we used to have the director of that ministry come and preach to us once a year and so on. And the annual fundraiser, which is held on a cruise ship in their best dining room and served their greatest meal, is a not-to-be-missed fundraiser.